Hey guys, welcome back. I just wanted to do a brief comparison between a few eyepieces, the Explore Scientific 82 degree line and the Celestron Luminos line, which is also an 82 degree eyepiece. And I just want to say I'm a complete beginner when it comes to visual astronomy and the quality of different eyepieces. I have a really nice 9¼ inch SCT, and I've photographed planets with it in the past, but I never used it for any type of visual astronomy until a couple weeks ago. I heard that there was some kind of big important event on December 21st with Saturn and Jupiter, something about a conjunction or something. So it sounded interesting, and I figured I might as well check it out, because with my SCT I got this 23mm Luminos 2-inch eyepiece, and it's really nice, well built. It's like a hand grenade, and it's really heavy. And I hadn't used it; it was just sitting in a box, so I figured I'd give it a shot. It weighs about 30 ounces, or 835 grams. So I figured I'd give it a shot. I just threw it in the telescope and took a look at Saturn and Jupiter and the moon, and I was just completely blown away that this had just been sitting in a box and I never even had used it once. So I kind of got bit by the eyepiece bug and figured I should get, maybe something with a little bit more magnification for this conjunction. And I also wanted to get something wide enough that I'd be able to see both Saturn and Jupiter in the same field of view. So I did a little bit more research, and from what I understand, the TeleVue Nagler, I'm not sure how you pronounce that, is kind of the top dog when it comes to 82 degree eyepieces. But below that, the Explore Scientific line gets really high praises, and the Luminos line kind of gets a little bit of hate. It's definitely cheaper than this line. So you get these brand new for about $200. You get these brand new for $110. I think the 2-inch ones are $200 brand new. But you can get these used. I think I saw one on cloudy nights for $55. I paid $110, so that's. I wish I would have saw that, before I paid the full price. And these I bought used for $1¼ each. So you can get these brand new for cheaper than the used Explore Scientifics. But the Luminos line definitely gets a little bit of hate. I think the main complaint is that it might just be certain focal length models have what's called edge of field brightening, EOFB, people abbreviate it. And I probably never would have even noticed it before I started, searching on cloudy nights and seeing people complain about it. And even after reading about, the EOFB, it's out there, I don't really notice anything with these two eyepieces. So maybe it only affects certain focal lengths, or maybe it was something that's been corrected, in more recently manufactured eyepieces. I don't know. But I'm going to be quite honest, between the Explore Scientific and the Luminos line, for an inexperienced visual astronomer, I see very little difference. Both lines are incredibly sharp when you're seeing is good. They are both very well made. Build quality is excellent on both of them. The Explore Scientific, I believe, are waterproof, argon purged waterproof. I don't believe the Luminos line is waterproof. So I live in Utah, northern Utah, so we're not quite as dry as down in the real desert, but we have a fairly dry climate, definitely drier than the East Coast or the Midwest. So it's not something that's a big concern with me, humidity and things like that. So I'm going to sell one or the other of these two, because this is an 11mm and this is a 10. And to be quite honest, I think I'm just going to stick with the Luminos line. Because if I sell this used, I'm probably going to get 75 bucks for it. Whereas this one sells used for $1.25, 130, which is what I paid for it. So I'm more than happy with the Luminos line thus far. And since we weighed the beast right here, we might as well throw the rest of these on the scale and see what they come in at. The 11 millimeter comes in at 273 grams, or looks like 9.6 ounces. The 10 millimeter comes in at about 12 ounces, or 340 grams. And the 6.7 millimeter comes in at 226 grams, or about 8 ounces. So I have used all these a few times. The 6.7 millimeter with my 9.25 inch SET is, well, let's do the calculation. It is a 2,350 millimeter focal length divided by 6.7, so it's 350 times magnification, and I think that telescope is rated up to a max of 500 something if you have really good seeing. So where I'm at in Utah, sometimes we have pretty good seeing, but the times that I've had these two Explorer Scientifics, well actually, and this one too, the times that I've tested these three, the seeing hasn't been great. So especially with the 6.7 millimeter, 350 times magnifications, a little too much, and the views just weren't very good. But between these two, I actually kind of want to say that I thought the views were a little bit better out of the 10 millimeter, but what do I know? Other differences between these two lines is the Luminos line has a twist-up eye cup relief, and the Explorer Scientific just kind of has the little rubber flap that folds up and down. So there you have it, guys. I know this wasn't a very in-depth or technical comparison. This was kind of just for other beginners in visual astronomy that might be looking for their first eyepiece or set of eyepieces, kind of just dip their toes and not spend a whole chunk of money on something that they might not stick with in the long term. So I gotta say, the Luminos line, you can't really go wrong with it. It's cheap, it's well made, and I gotta say, for a beginner, the visuals are just as good as the Explorer Scientific line, at least in my limited experience with this 10 millimeter and this 23 millimeter. Now, if you have a more discerning eye for things like field curvature and edge of field brightness, then you might not be happy with the Luminos line, but for what you pay, you can't really complain too much. But anyway, I hope this was helpful for anyone out there. And if you're hoping to catch the conjunction on this coming Monday, I want to say, clear skies to you all, and thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Oh, and I want to mention, if you're getting a few eyepieces, especially these 1.25 inch eyepieces, you need something to put them in. These Apache cases from Harbor Freight are awesome. This is the smallest one they make, and I think I paid less than 10 bucks with, they always have a coupon somewhere. And they make these in all sizes, so if you're going to put the 2-inch one, you probably can only fit, you might be able to fit two 2-inch eyepieces, big ones like this, but I don't know if this Luminos one is a little bit bigger than the Explorer Scientific ones, but I could fit 3 of the Explorer Scientific 1.25 inch eyepieces in here. So it's got a good seal on it. It's waterproof. I wouldn't submerge it because I don't know how good this seal is on here. Definitely not. But it's a good pad case, pick and pluck foam. So yeah, take a look. See you guys in the next one.